Hello there, Ray here, and today I will be showing you my simple AFK chorus flower and fruit farm. This farm is the best when it comes to the combination of simplicity plus automation. With just over an hour of AFKing and only 4 minutes of manual work, you can get over 60 stacks of chorus fruit. This farm here is completely free of redstone, does not require any tools, armor, or beacon effects to operate. The way that this farm works is that you will be AFK inside this farm up to 11.5 hours at a time. During that time, your character will be placing and harvesting chorus plants automatically, and after that time, you will get about this many chorus fruits and flowers as well as this chest. This is actually the best, is the chorus flowers, because with the chorus flowers you can actually take them and plant them in a much larger area where you can grow these large chorus plants which will provide many more chorus fruits. Plus you can automatically break them all down without worry about losing the flowers, since you can just go back and AFK some more for the flowers. With all these chorus fruits that you will be getting, you can make all the new 1.9 blocks. That includes the new purple blocks, the purple pillar, the purple stairs, and the purple slabs, as well as the end rods. This build here is just a redesign of my previous chorus plant farm, but with this one I made it simpler as well as more efficient. This build is quite simple and only comprises of some building blocks, some wood, some water, some end stone, as well as some chorus flowers, and there is some soul sand here, which is pretty easy to get, as well as cobwebs, which now in 1.9 you can just use normal shears to receive. And if you're looking for cobwebs, they are also in your stronghold. That's pretty much all you need to operate this farm. And once you have this farm all built, you just need a player to AFK inside of it. You don't need to have anything on your character to operate this farm, and you don't need to have any beacon effects as well. Unless you're playing on hard mode, then you will want to have the regeneration effect. Start AFKing at this farm. You'll want to have 64 chorus flowers in your first slot of your hotbar. Then you want to come down here to the bottom of these water stairs, then face away from the water, then make sure that you will be in survival, and then you just pull up your F3 screen and you want to have your character be aligned to 83 and then -8 for the alignment of your player, and get something close. So right here you can see this is 83, this is -8, and depending on which way your farm is facing it'll be a little bit different. So now once you're in that angle, you will want to have the Minecraft, remember that you are holding down your right and left click button. So the way we do this is that we hold down our right click button and then we hold down our left click button. Then we press F11, and then when the screen goes black we release both the right click and the left click buttons. Then we can have our character automatically hold down those buttons. Now we can just remove the F3 screen, and now all we do is have to push our character back into the water stream. Then he will be taken up, and from here he will be automatically be able to destroy and plant any chorus flowers. So if you lined your character up properly, he should be able to break off the chorus flowers and not break off the stem. And this is different from my previous farm because they recently changed the collision boxes of the chorus stem. So now he can just come along and break the fruit, and then the cursor will never come across the stem, and then he'll go on the other side and be able to break the flower. This allowed me to be able to have the plant grow up to 3 flowers instead of having just 2 flowers like my previous farm did. When the player reaches the end, he'll be able to be sent down close up to the chorus plants, where he'll be able to break the chorus stems and then plant in a new chorus flower. And this allows the farm to be automatically be able to plant the flowers right after you break them. And then this is also a time where the player will be picking up any chorus flowers that happen to fall down into the water stream near the player. So one thing you might want to do is just unplug your mouse, because it could accidentally get bumped and then change your alignment. Once a player reaches the end of that module, he'll be sent down into a new module where he will continue the process of breaking the flowers off and then coming around and replanting the flowers again. After going through all 4 modules, you will end back at this water stairs here, which will allow you to repeat this whole process all over again. For one cycle it takes about 6.5 minutes, and during that time 99.5% of the plants will have regrown so that they are tall enough to be harvested properly. All the extra items that do not get picked up by the player will fall down into this water stream down here. From here they will get collected down into these chests. The longest I recommend that you AFK in this farm is 11 to 12 hours, because this is what the player's inventory will look like after 11.5 hours. You can see that it pretty much fills up the entire player's inventory, and this is the 64 flowers that you start out with, but After that time, you're going to stop picking up any flowers or fruit that fall down onto the player side, and you'll only be picking up the flowers and fruit that fall into this system over here. So during that first 11 hours, the rates of this farm will be you'll get an average of 275 fruit per hour and 180 flowers per hour. The main purpose of this farm is to get tons of chorus flowers AFKably. So the chorus fruit are kind of just an extra byproduct of this farm. Now with your stacks and stacks of flowers, you can come here and replant them in a large open area like this, where they will grow much larger and produce an average of 12 chorus fruit per flower. So just in about 1.25 hours of AFK'ing over there will produce enough flowers to replant this whole area here. And the time it takes to replant this area is about 4 minutes. But when you harvest them, you will get 60 stacks of chorus fruit, which is outrageous. Keeping with the theme of this farm, being simple and redstone free, the same can be said about this mass farm area here, which can be harvested with just 1 bucket of water. Now this uses a trick that I used to use quite a bit in the classic Minecraft, back in the day, where you try to disperse water, and all it does is take 1 bucket of water, and this shape here will disperse the water enough so that it will take out all these coarse fruits and plants out there. It can be a bit laggy with all the updates, but it does get the job done. And once all the plants have been washed away, they will be able to be collected in a chest, and then you can just replant the chorus flowers. Now with all the chorus plants washed away, they come down here and collect into this chest, and you get a double chest worth of chorus fruit and some extra. So with just 4 minutes of manual work, you can get that much chorus fruit. There are lights in this farm to prevent mobs from spawning. If you're having problems not getting enough flowers back from the farm, you can just lower down these trapdoors so that the flowers will be picked up by the player rather than fall down into this water stream. This farm isn't infinitely automatic because I didn't implement a system to give the players more flowers in case every single flower that the player broke would happen to fall down into this stream instead of being picked up by the player. I have used trapdoors to hold the water back in here, and trapdoors are slightly cheaper than fence gates. And another reason I didn't use fence gates is because it's not possible to actually place water on top of open fence gates. And same goes for like signs and, well, it's cobwebs. But the weird thing is that you can actually place water right through them, and if it's a block you would just place it in front of it, which is kind of weird. And same goes for signs, but you can shift click, and same goes for the gates. If you shift click, you can place it right through there. And this is actually a bug, and so in the description there's actually a bug report. If you want to upvote it, that'd be greatly appreciated by me. If you want to build this in your very own world, there is a world download in the description of this world, which also has all my other previous course fruit farms, as well as some of my flower farms, and including my very first one, as well as my industrial sized one. So if you're interested in any of these, they will all be in the same world. There you have it, guys, a simple AFK chorus flower and fruit farm that does not use any redstone. So if you found this interesting, show me with a like. If you would like to see more 1.9 farms, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. Bye bye!